Hey guys, it's Jennifer Wilson, your guide at Simple Scrapper. Welcome back to the Great Stash Bash. In this video, I'm going to share two different strategies that I've used to organize my clear stamps. I'm going to share exactly why one of them failed miserably and one is working really well. Let's get started. So first, I want to talk about the solution that really didn't work for me, and that is putting my clear stamps inside of a binder. This is one of the old style Studio Calico handbooks with the 4 holes, and I really thought this was going to be my holy grail solution, but it really just didn't work. So I have 3x4 and 4x6 stamps in here, and I thought the pocket pages would just be perfect for managing my stamps. And there's a couple reasons why this didn't work. First, one of the problems that I had is that when I put my stamps in here with the backing on both sides, they would just fall right out. And once this got really thick, it became quite cumbersome. And if I turned my whole binder upside down, everything would just fall completely out. So I had the idea that I should take the plastic backing off. And so each of the stamp sets are in here and it's kind of slightly sticky to the back. And so that sort of works, but it doesn't. It's good in theory, but these page protectors are really not meant for repeated insertion. And what happened is that a lot of my page protectors ended up ripping along these seams. As I tried to get the stamps out and pull them out and put them back in, I ended up breaking a lot of the page protectors. So that was a really big disappointment because I thought this was going to be just a fun way. You can see I can get lots of different of the really small, the 1x6s in here and the 3x4s. The pockets really are quite convenient, but your ability to get them in and out is limited without ripping these sides. And so that was just a big frustration. I do like that it's easy to flip through. It makes it kind of fun. Here you can see in the middle I have a couple extra pages. I've noticed that some of my older stamps are yellowing and I'm not sure why that is. I just wanted to mention that briefly. I think it's because I was using the StazOn ink remover on these. I think that's part of what caused them to yellow. So that's just a note about that. So in theory, it's a good idea. It was a good idea, but it just didn't play out in practice. You can also see some of the stamp sets ended up kind of warping my pages here. And I don't know if that's just because of the quality of the stamp set interacting with the plastic, or if it was also because of that StazOn cleaner that I had been using. So that's something I'm not sure about, but something to be cautioned if you are thinking about doing this particular solution. I'd say that if the binder interests you, I would keep the backs on and I would do something to try to keep them in, like putting washi tape over the top or just being very delicate with your binder so they don't all fall out the top. I wouldn't go the route of removing the backs like I did because of the issues of potential, acid cross-contamination there with the plastics not liking each other, and the issues of the pockets breaking. Now, some of the pockets are going to be sturdier than others, and I'm sure they're always improving the quality, but for me, they're just really not meant for repeated use. So I still have all of these stamps in here. These aren't the ones that I use the most, and that's what I'm going to show you next. So when the binder solution didn't work, I went to an option that I had originally had rejected. I thought it would be too cumbersome to have my stamps standing up and to have them all individually packaged. But in the end, it turns out that has been what works best for protecting the stamp sets, keeping them all together, and being able to quickly find what I need. I find that I take better care of my stamps in this method, and overall it's working really well for me. All of the new stamps I've received, I've put into this storage solution. So let me tell you about a couple things here. One, this is a bin called the Itzo bin from Target, and unfortunately they don't make these anymore because they're really awesome because they are 6 inches deep and 13 inches long, and so that makes them perfect for 2 6x6s sitting side by side, which I had all of my 6x6 pads in these. I have my thickers in these. You can also obviously put a 12x12 pads of paper, anything 12x12 in these as well. So they're super convenient for scrapbookers. You can still find bins like this online. There's quite a few different refrigerator bins that you can find on Amazon, at Target, and other places that have similar dimensions. So you just have to check those dimensions to make sure that they're going to work well for you. But there are definitely some options to keep things upright like this. Now, what I've used here for my stamps, and I'm going to pull this one out. These are my Allie Edwards stamps for the most part. And these are plastic sleeves and cardboard inserts from Simon Says Stamp. Now, they have some brand name ones there too, but I use the Simon Says Stamp brand ones. And this is a very high quality, thick plastic. It's not going to tear quickly. And this is just a white cardstock piece. Sure, you could cut your own cardstock, but are you really going to? So to me, the convenience was worth it, and these weren't too expensive. So I have my stamp set here. I removed any other of the packaging, but I do still have the plastic on here. And I really, really like this. I didn't expect to, and it's just really convenient, and it makes me feel like I am giving my stamps the respect and care that they deserve, particularly since, especially a 4x6 stamp set isn't cheap these days. One thing to note about these, I don't have any dividers yet, but you can certainly use dividers in between sections. You can also add labels directly here to the stamp set if you need help identifying it, so you can find what you need in a flip-through way a little bit easier. So this is working well for me. I hope it is something that works well for you. It does take up a little bit of space, but I don't want you to disregard it. I initially, as I said, I thought that the binder solution was going to be my end-all be-all because it was compact, kind of portable. But in the end, this is so much better. And when I want to take something with me, I just pick out the stamp sets that I want and then pack them with whatever kits that I have put together. So this is my solution, and I think you'll find a lot of others on the internet have kind of ended up here as well, even if they've tried some other things. And I hope it works well for you too. Your challenge is to tidy up, update, refresh, renew, or completely redo your stamp storage solution. Before you go, make sure to enter our giveaway for a seat in Refresh. Refresh is our 7-day online scrapbooking retreat designed to help you start fresh in memory keeping each and every season. The next session is coming up in April. To win a seat, simply leave a comment on this video sharing your progress in using up, decluttering, or organizing your stash of scrapbook supplies. You may optionally include a link to a blog post, Instagram post, or YouTube video where you're sharing this progress with others. You must be registered for the Great Stash Bash to be eligible. Please check the description box for the registration link and the deadline to enter the giveaway.